All right, here we are. Guys, apologies about that. Let's see if we're live inside of the group. Yes, we are, gentlemen. So, good afternoon. Here we are. Tuesday, the 2nd of March. We've got a case study with Shane Smith, age 43, lives in Ireland, married with 3 kids. Okay, Shane. Thanks for jumping on today's call.
No problem at all.
Much appreciated. And what we're going to do today is we're just going to introduce Shane here, and Shane is going to talk about the progress that we've made inside of the Indestructible Men program. We're going to talk about where you were at before you joined. Yeah. All right, Shane, so I'll let you introduce yourself. Just tell us a bit about yourself.
Hey, so my name's Shane Smith. I live just outside Dublin City. For anybody who knows it, it's just on the border with Wicklow and Kildare. I'm 43 years old this year. Like Christian said, married, 3 kids. I work in the finance area, so a lot of my time is spent sitting down in an office. So doing this was my way of getting a bit more exercise in. Oh gosh, after that, I don't know what else to say.
Oh, that's fine,
about
Shane.
myself.
Awesome. All right, guys. So, Shane, tell us a little bit about what your struggles were before you signed up and did the Indestructible Men program. Like, where were you at with things?
Yeah, so before I joined, so a little bit of background with my job. When COVID started, I ended up working from home full time. So I think that probably contributed to problems a little bit. I felt like I was stuck in a rut where I was just working all the time. Best was working from home. It's very easy to get sucked into it. Just, you do your day's work, you go off, you have your dinner, you come back to work, and it's just that too easy to go back to work. So I was very much stuck in a rut of just working, no exercise, no eating properly, was just living on sugar, and my mind wasn't willing to get me out of it. My mind was just letting me carry on the way I was going, and there was no exercise to speak of. There was no healthy eating. It was, like I say, it was just living on sugar, snacks all day, cans of Coke, that kind of thing.
All right. How was this all impacting your life? Like, how did you feel like on a daily basis?
Tired all the time, especially in the mornings. Like I said, because I was living off the sugar, I was just crashing. Then when I was getting up in the morning, I would need, either cereal with a load of sugar. I was worst thing you can do, drinking cans of Coke first thing in the morning, that kind of thing. And that was putting a strain on me and my wife, because I had no energy to do anything else that needed to be done. I had no energy to go out and do things with her. I had no time to just sit down and watch TV at night with her, because I was always going back to work thinking, oh, I have to go back because this, that, and the other has to be done. No energy to spend time with the kids. They're just getting bigger. They're 4 now tomorrow, and they're just running everywhere, and I couldn't keep up.
Yeah,
and I had no energy to get outside with them. Not no desire, but no energy to get up and go. No get up and go. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. How old are your kids, Shane?
The twins are going to be 4 tomorrow, and my eldest is 15 this year.
Right. Okay. Cool. So, like, what sort of stuff had you tried? Like, what did you try, and how did you go about trying to resolve this for yourself? Like, what methods were you looking at, or what sort of things were you trying?
A lot of stuff I tried on my own. Like, I would say, right, I'm going to get up. I do a walk one day and that'd be it. I wouldn't do anything then for another 3-4 weeks, which was pointless. Or I'd go a couple of days without eating too much rubbish, but then I just fall back into the old habits. No, I didn't try any kind of physically with a personal trainer, but I tried looking at things online about people who would give exercise programs of, do all these exercises and it'll work, or eat this or eat that and it'll work, that kind of thing. And then trying on my own to just do things, but there was no continuity with it. I would do something, wouldn't do it the next day, wouldn't do it again for a few weeks, then I'd do it again once, and then it'd just fall by the wayside yet again.
Cool. How did that affect you?
It made me question whether I could do it at all. If I couldn't get myself up and get going, how was anything going to change? So frustrated was a big thing because I couldn't get myself going. I couldn't self-motivate myself to do it. And a lot of the time it was the brain getting in the way of me getting up and doing it. It was my brain telling me, no, you can't do that, or no, you don't need to do that, or just sit down there now, you've had a hard day, you've earned you're sitting down and eating some rubbish, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a common theme, Shane, isn't it? Like it's like so many people have been down that path. It's like they've tried so many things, right? But they always end up down that same road, right? And it's exhausting. Like you start to question yourself if you can. Like, what made you, like, obviously you saw one of our adverts, right? You filled out the application form, we got on a call. What was it that made you say, you know what, like maybe, like what made you think about trying this again, right? Because like surely you must have had a lot of that self-doubt in there as well. As like, why is this going to be different? I've tried so many things. Like, who am I kidding here? Like, what made you say, you know what, I'm going to try again here?
That's a good question. I was just scrolling through Facebook, and I suppose because the way Facebook works, it kind of gives you suggested things. And I suppose because I was looking at fitness pages and that kind of thing, your page came up as a suggested on my feed, and I just clicked in. And I think the big one was, as soon as I clicked in to sign up and put my details in, I got a message saying we'd set up a call. There was no, some things you put your name in to sign up and you hear nothing back. I put my name in and I got a message, and it was, right, okay, I'm going to do this now. So it was just coming up to Christmas for me, and so there's a lot of things going on here. Especially we're trying to get a mortgage to get the house. Kids were getting bigger, and I kind of just said to myself, right, do I give this one more go? And I said, yeah. And I just, when I saw your page pop up, I said, do you know what? Yeah, clicked in. And I suppose at the time, it was a bit of, right, will this be just like the other ones? And then after we had our phone call, I knew it was going to be completely different. I knew it was going to be, it's like, this is new. This is not something I've heard of before in the way you do it. And it's not something I tried before. So I said, after speaking to you on my very first call, I was like, yeah, this is going to be different. This can work.
Yeah. What was it that was different?
You didn't just, you said it wasn't just going to be eat this, do this exercise. It was a lot about my feelings and why I couldn't do things that needed to be done and what was holding me back. And, realistically, where was I going to end up if I didn't do something about it? And, we came to the conclusion that I would end up in not a good place. And that's absolutely not where I wanted to be.
Where do you think you'd be today if you hadn't signed up?
Um, I'd probably be single. I'd probably be divorced or on the way to it. Because yeah, it was just, there was a lot of strain on the home life, that because I wasn't looking after myself, that gets me sucked into other stuff. Wasn't there for my wife. Wasn't being there for the kids. One good thing of working from home was I was here a bit more. If I'd been in the office, I probably would have been sitting there from 9 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock at night, and I'd never see any of them. Um, and I do think I'd be miserable, because I was miserable before I started doing anything, and it would have just got worse, because it was just, if I kept the same trends, I'd have been piling the weight on, getting less fit, just living on sugar still, and not doing anything about it.
Okay, man. So what's changed then? Obviously, you've been through like 10 weeks now inside of this program. Like, what's different now?
My mindset, I've done a complete 360 in my head from my way of thinking. It's no longer, oh, I have to do work because they're relying on me, and I need money to pay the bills and whatnot. It's work is work. It has to have a cutoff, and not letting it kind of come in on my family time. So instead of taking those hours in the evening or at night to go back to work, I'm taking those hours and finish work, spend time with the kids, put them to bed, then sit down, spend time with the wife, and eating better. Yeah, so like get up in the morning with the kids, spend time with them, have breakfast with them. More so the last few weeks, managing to get up before the kids, have breakfast before them, so you can actually sit down with them, spend a bit of time with them, getting them dressed, getting them out for school, having their breakfast, and just being more prepared then for my day. It's not just wake up when they wake up and flapping around the house to get everything done and get out. It's, you're up, you're ready, you're prepared. You like you say, you win the morning, you win the day. And if you're up and you're prepared and you're ready, there's nothing going to stop you then, because no, you're up, you're going, you're not playing catch up from first thing in the morning.
Nice, man, amazing. Like obviously, like at the start, we had a couple of conversations, right? And like I remember you talking about how like you were so disorganized with stuff, and like you didn't have the
Yeah.
boundary in place between family and work. Like you used to take work home, and like it was
Yeah.
getting
Big
in the
time.
way of stuff. And this like it happens with like a lot of people as well, right? It's like we can't switch off from between work and family, right? Like having that boundary in place, like finishing work, saying, you know what, this is enough, having that discipline, and saying now it's family time, like spending my time with the family. And
Yeah.
like you've been doing that, right? It's like having that boundary in place. That's it, right? Work finishes here, it starts again tomorrow.
Exactly.
Now it's time to spend with the family. Morning, you're waking up, you've got that morning routine, waking up before the kids, getting more organized and setting up and stuff. So that's led to that must be a massive change for the whole family, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. For a lot of the time, I would be getting up with the kids and getting their breakfast, and then my wife would get up a bit later. She's getting up same time as me now. She's
Right.
bought into this as well. So she's actually got up before me a few times. So we're both trying to get up, get ready before the kids are up, and then we're both ready to tackle the day with them. And I think they're the better for it as well, because we're not going around the house bleary-eyed while they're wide awake, running around, screaming, shouting, playing because they're happy, and we're like, oh shush, we're only up out of bed. We're all in a better mood for it.
Nice, beautiful. Yeah, I liked how you said that the wife is on board as well. That's like here, and it's what happens, right? It's like you've started to make the changes, right? And all of a sudden, like she's following along as well. She's like,
Yeah.
this is good for us, right?
Yeah.
Awesome, Shane, amazing, love it. So like moving forward, like what do you see happening for the foreseeable future, if you like? Like what do you see? How do you see your future life? How would you like your future to go?
Well, I want to keep going the way I'm going, you know, build on this progress that I've made, and, you know, get myself even more towards the person that I want to be. You know, I think I said to you on one of our calls recently, one of the things I want to do is I want to try walk the whole Wicklow Way, which for anybody who doesn't know it, it's 127 kilometers through the Wicklow Mountains. Something I've always wanted to do. It's something I've done parts of it and, you know, really enjoyed it. I suppose then the last few years when I, you know, let everything go a little bit, I was like, oh, I could never do that. But now that I'm back to getting myself in shape again, that I feel that that's something I can do and something I want to do.
Beautiful.
So I think it's kind of a nice event maybe to work towards, while also, you know, making my everyday life better. Because, you know, if I keep on with eating right, exercising, getting up early, not eating rubbish all day, that's, you know, things are only going to get better.
Beautiful. Love it, Shane. All right, man. Would you recommend the Indestructible Mind program to anyone out there who's struggling with their health and fitness and mindset?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, this is not like anything I've seen or heard of before. You know, it's not just eat this, you know, do this exercise. It's, you know, why do you feel this? Why do you do that? Why do you do this? Getting your head out of those bad habits that you've built up, getting getting into the nitty-gritty of why, well, me especially, why I got to where I was, and how and why do I get back out of that. Yeah, it's about the mind and the body, not just get fit and eat better. It's finding your why you want to do this.
Beautiful. Love that, Shane. Thanks for jumping on today.
No problem at all.
So we've got another call, haven't we, coming up? So
Yep.
what we'll do is we'll log off here, and then
Cool.
we'll see you on the call, just you and I there, okay?
Sounds good.
Good.